Wait till the end, because the moment she stepped through those golden doors, every mocking laugh froze midair. You won't believe what happened next. Before we begin, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon, because stories like this remind us that no one stays at the bottom forever. It all began inside the marble halls of the Golden Pearl Hotel, a place where only the rich dined, the powerful mingled, and the staff moved like invisible shadows. Among those shadows was Marcia Jones, a soft-spoken black cleaning lady who'd worked there for nearly 10 years. Every day, she pushed her cart of supplies through halls that smelled of perfume and privilege. No one really saw her, not the executives, not the guests, not even the other staff. Marcia was invisible, until the day a millionaire named Richard Hale decided to make her the punchline of his joke. Richard was the kind of man who thought money gave him permission to play with people's dignity. Charming smile, expensive suit, and a heart colder than his Rolex watch. That evening, he was throwing an extravagant, white and gold charity gala, in the hotel ballroom, a night where every guest was a VIP, every dress sparkled, and every camera flashed. While walking past the staff corridor earlier that week, Richard overheard Marcia humming softly while cleaning the floor. The sound caught him off guard. She wasn't just humming, she was singing, and her voice was beautiful, soulful, haunting. He stopped, smirking. You got some lungs on you, lady. Maybe I should invite you to the gala, you could be the entertainment. Marcia smiled politely. That's kind of you, sir, but I'm just fine doing my job. But Richard wasn't being kind. He winked at his assistant and said loudly, you know what? Let's invite her for real. I'd love to see what she wears to a millionaire party. The assistants laughed. They actually printed an invitation with gold edges and hand-delivered it to Marcia's locker. That night, in the staff quarters, everyone giggled behind her back. You're really gonna go? One asked. Marcia just smiled. Why not? They invited me. What no one knew was that behind her gentle nature, Marcia had a history far grander than anyone imagined. Before tragedy struck, before she lost her home and her husband, Marcia had been a rising fashion designer, the kind whose work once appeared in small runways in Atlanta. But when her husband died in a car accident and medical bills swallowed everything, she took whatever job she could to survive. For the next few days, whispers spread around the hotel like wildfire. She's really going to the gala. Can you believe it? She'll embarrass herself. The night of the gala arrived. The chandeliers shimmered, the band played soft jazz, and the millionaires mingled with glasses of champagne. Richard stood in his tailored tuxedo, laughing with his friends. Any minute now, he said smugly. Our VIP guest should be here. Let's see if she shows up wearing a mop and bucket. Then, the ballroom doors opened. Every conversation stopped. Every camera turned. Every jaw dropped. It was Marcia, but not the Marcia they knew. She glided in like a queen, wearing a hand-sewn golden gown that hugged her figure perfectly, her natural curls styled with elegance, a subtle glow on her skin that caught every light. Her gown shimmered like molten sunlight, and the diamond pendant she wore wasn't borrowed, it was her late husband's last gift to her. The orchestra paused for a moment, and even the maitre d' forgot his cue. Marcia smiled, calm, graceful, radiant. She didn't look like a cleaner anymore. She looked like destiny had given her back her crown. Richard's smirk faded. He tried to laugh it off. Well, look who actually showed up. Marcia tilted her head slightly, her voice soft but firm. You invited me, Mr. Hale. I didn't want to be rude. People began whispering, admiration, surprise, awe. Some of the guests came up to her, curious about the woman who had just silenced the room. Among them was Clara Benson, a well-known fashion editor. That dress, it's stunning. Who designed it? She asked. Marcia smiled. I did. Clara blinked. You're a designer. I was, Marcia said, before life had other plans. Clara's interest sharpened. You must visit my office. I know talent when I see it. From that moment, everything changed. Richard stood in the corner, feeling his pride crumble. His so-called joke had just opened a door to Marcia's rebirth. People began to crowd around her, not as a cleaner, but as an artist, a woman of elegance, a survivor. As the night went on, she was asked to sing, and she did. Her voice filled the ballroom with such power that even those who once laughed now had tears in their eyes. The song she sang wasn't about money or fame. It was about loss, faith, and rising again, about never letting humiliation define you. By the end of her song, the entire hall stood in applause. Even Richard, his face red with shame, clapped quietly. Later, as Marcia prepared to leave, Clara stopped her once more. "I want you to design a collection," she said. "I'll fund it. You've got a gift the world needs to see." And just like that, the cleaner who was mocked for being out of place found herself exactly where she belonged, in the spotlight. Months later, Marcia's fashion line premiered in New York. Her gowns were worn by celebrities, her name appeared in magazines, and she became an inspiration for women everywhere who'd been underestimated. She even sent a personal invitation to Richard Hale for her first show. He came, and this time, he didn't laugh. He stood quietly in the back row, realizing that sometimes, the people you mock are the ones destiny is preparing to humble you through. As Marcia walked the runway that night, the lights catching her golden gown just as before, she smiled at the crowd. "Never let anyone tell you that you don't belong," she said into the microphone. "Even if they invite you as a joke, show up like you own the room." The audience erupted in applause. And that, my friends, is why you should never judge anyone by their job or their uniform. Because behind every humble soul might be a king or queen in disguise, just waiting for one chance to shine. If this story moved you, drop a like, subscribe, and share it, because someone out there might need to hear this today. And remember, true elegance isn't about money. It's about dignity, courage, and never forgetting who you are.